and your grandparents came to Israel as Holocaust survivors. They lived the life on the kibbutz. Your parents lived the life of the kibbutz. You lived the life of the kibbutz. Being an Israeli soldier and today being Yom HaShoah, do you ever think about the Holocaust and everything when you have to be a soldier? Does that come into your mind?
Yes, when I first joined the army, I thought a lot about it and how my family had my grandparents did not have the security and defense of an army when they were there, and they put a lot of weight on the Israeli army and made it sound like the greatest organization on earth. So as a little child, I grew up with this kind of feelings around the army, and when I joined the army, I felt a lot of respect just wearing the uniforms, just as a young soldier that knew nothing about it. It already felt very uplifting, very inspiring just to be a part of it.
And you certainly felt motivated. You knew what you were fighting for.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on being in any wars, but yeah, I know that when I'll be ready, I have the whole army with me. It gives you this kind of security.
Yeah, yeah. So, what was life like you? What was life like for you on a day-to-day basis before October 7th? What would you do in a typical day or a typical week?
Yeah, so I live in Kiryat Ivon. It's a small village close to the north of Israel, not exactly close to the border. We don't feel anything from the outside in the place I live. My children did not, they don't grow up with the sense of enemies around us. It's a complete bubble here. We live just a normal life. We have one son is in school and one in kindergarten. They don't even learn yet about the history of Israel or the Jewish people. So it came with a complete surprise, everything. And we definitely did not expect any of the October 7th incidents it didn't feel very close to us, even when it did happen.
Yeah. Now, when you were notified by the IDF to report, what kind of time frame did they tell you? It would be a month, 2 months? Did you have any idea in the beginning? And how long did it take you to prepare to get ready before you left home?
So no time frame was given. They call you and they say you have to report at your military base where your unit is from. They don't say anything. Not even the time was mentioned. The war started in Yom Shabbat, 7 or 6:30 a.m. And I got the phone call around 22 hours later. It was 5 a.m. Sunday morning. And 30 minutes later, I was out of the house. I was in the car.
Okay, wow. So very short, immediately you had to leave.
Yeah, we have every reserve army soldier have a bag that he keeps
Right.
right in his closet with everything he needs just in case. And just in case happened.
Right, right. And when you were on the Gaza border, what was it like each day? You know, were you a lot of sitting around, or were you training? Were you cleaning your equipment, or what was that like every day?
So every second there's a small part of our unit that is on the border, actively guarding, and the others are usually sleeping or eating or lots of drinking coffee together, talking about what we experienced, what happened, what is going to happen, trying to get a grip of what reality, the new reality is like for us over there. Lots of information coming from lots of places. You're not sure what to believe and what to not. It's very surreal to you have your whole life at home, and in a split second you get called and you sit in a place that is a part of the war, but you're not really feeling it. It's not like they're shooting all around you all day. Sometimes there's alarms of missiles coming, but very few hit around you, and so few that you get the alarms are no longer concern you like they did at the beginning. After 2 months, you start to get bored is not the word, but sorry.
And what was it like, like eating and sleeping and bathing? Were you getting hot food, cold food? Were you sleeping on the ground? Were you able to shower? What was that like day to day?
So we were in a military base close to the border, but it was part of the October 7th attack, and lots of it got destroyed. So we slept in places that are protected from missiles or half protected. There's a lot of places in the military base that you are not allowed to sleep in because they are not protected, just regular buildings. So we were only in those places which are pretty small. We slept kind of in very, you have very little space for yourself, for your things. You're constantly on uniform. You can't go off uniform. If you take a shower, which was at the beginning only cold showers, no electricity in the area, so you take a shower for 5 minutes and you go back to uniform. We ate. The army provides hot food once a day, and the other meals are tin cans of tuna fish, hummus, chickpeas, stuff like that. So one warm meal, and it's not the best food in this meal. Very, very basic, very low taste, very, very basic food.
And after, the first couple months, you were there approximately 4 months. After the first couple of months, how did you keep positive? Were you tired? Were you homesick? Or the mood of the other people? What was that like after a few months?
So we all felt very tired. We all felt very, very hurt. Very, you feel the pain of your people, even though you're not with them. But you read a lot about it, and you hear a lot of stories, and the feeling is that what we are doing right now is just to keep everyone safe, just to keep everyone secure. I know that religious people, they have this kind of strength that Israel is our place and this is where we want to be. And it was really catching on with us, even though I'm not religious, but these parts of our life, of our experience, I felt very close to it. It's like you suddenly understand what the whole Judaism thing is about. I was very lucky to have religious people in my unit that were open to all, kinds of religion, and not like you watch on TV, where it's very separated, and so we were forming our own like ceremonies there. We had a Shabbat dinner was suddenly very important to me. I felt very uplifted by just sitting with everyone, lighting candles, saying some prayers that I didn't even know by heart, but it all got a new meaning, and it was a very new experience for me. I'm not close to religion, and I really look at it differently since then.
Yeah, wonderful. And what was communicating with your family like? Were you able to email them, text them, call them? What were you allowed to do?
So in the first 2 months of the war, we were inside the Israeli border, which means we are allowed to have our phones on. And I try to be, I try to have at least one video chat with my sons once a day, just to.
Excellent. David, I want to thank you for your service and your family's sacrifice. May there soon be an end to the war and the return of all the hostages. May they be
Amen.
returned safely. And really just give my best to the entire family. And hopefully we will see each other again in Israel. And
Yes.
I really appreciate it that you were able to do this interview with me, and my club can enjoy it. And I just want to say again, thank you. All right. After the first couple months, you were there